Gold is a small part of my portfolio.
Are words no one should hear from Peter Schiff, who is considerably the loudest advocate for investing in precious metals over cryptocurrency. Not only has Peter Schiff continuously made others, including his son, feel stupid and unambitious for not investing in gold, but he has also continuously voiced his hatred for Bitcoin. If every day you urge, bully, and strong-arm people to invest in gold, then it should be more than just a small part of your portfolio. But apparently, American stockbroker and radio personality Peter Schiff does not feel the same way. Thankfully, he got called out by Michael Saylor and the Twitter crypto community, who were quite enraged by Peter Schiff's deception. Since it is Twitter, you can be sure they went all out on poor Peter Schiff. He was given the works, memes, GIFs, funny nicknames, nothing was left out. Welcome to Savvy Finance. Remember to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. While speaking in an interview, Peter Schiff mentioned that only a small portion of his investment portfolio is occupied by gold. This statement would not have raised so many hackles coming from someone else. Though the precious metal is still popular among some investors, people pretty much have so many other options now, especially with the advent of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. But Peter Schiff, who made the statement, has built a followership of almost 600,000 followers on Twitter simply by tweeting, "Buy gold, ignore Bitcoin." If anyone should have gold as a small part of their portfolio, it definitely should not be the loudest advocate for the precious stone. Michael Saylor posted a video on Twitter quoting Peter Schiff's infamous words to show his almost 2 million followers how ridiculous the situation is. The tweet led to a series of exchanges between Saylor, Schiff, who was trying to defend his stance, and some other Twitter users who were just not having it. A user with the Twitter handle Bitcoin Archive commented that Peter Schiff's actions were quite unethical, since he held only a small portion of the precious metal while he convinced others it was the only worthy investment. Of course, Peter Schiff tried to salvage the situation by defending his stance, but Saylor and his followers were not just having it. This is highly unethical on his part, the comment reads, and Schiff replies with, "Why? I always recommended 5% to 10% of a portfolio be in physical gold. That is a small part of a portfolio." And Michael Saylor replies with, "Investors need something better than a 5% solution." The owner of the first comment also replies to Schiff with, "You tell people the world is falling apart and that gold is the answer. You tell them gold is better than the best performing asset since Bitcoin's inception, and yet you have only 5 to 10% in gold. You misled people for personal gain. Shame on you." These comments really put the situation in perspective. Investors definitely want something reliable to put their money in, not something they can trust enough with just 5% of their portfolio. And if Peter Schiff's trust for gold does not exceed that percentage, he should not be doing everything possible to create fear about investing in Bitcoin. As the Twitter user correctly points out, no other asset has come close to the excellent performance of Bitcoin since its inception. Within 3 years, Bitcoin has recorded over 1,000% increase in price, and Peter Schiff spends his days warning people not to invest in it. Apart from his apparent, unprovoked hatred for Bitcoin, Schiff is also arguably one of the loudest advocates for gold on the internet. A considerable percentage of his tweets are about gold and how everyone should be investing in it. If the stockbroker is telling people to put their money in gold, he should have enough trust in the asset and be able to put more than just a small part of his portfolio in it. Another comment under Michael Saylor's tweet completely summarizes how ridiculous the situation is. The comment reads, "So the highest profile gold guy on the planet only advocates holding 5% to 10% gold. You cannot make this stuff up. More efforts at defense." Again, Peter Schiff tries to defend himself by saying that a large part of his portfolio is gold mining stocks. If you included the rest of my comment, I said that a large part of my portfolio is gold mining stocks. Those stocks own a lot of gold reserves still in the ground. And Michael Saylor replies him by tweeting, "Gold miners are sellers of gold, not owners. They do not believe in gold as money. If they did, it would be a primary treasury reserve asset." Peter Schiff gives the issue one last push and reiterates that he does not put his money in Bitcoin. His reply reads, "I hold gold instead of holding cash. But I see lots of investment opportunities in mispriced assets, including gold mining stocks. So I prefer to be more fully invested, rather than assuming a defensive stance. But no portion of my portfolio is allocated to Bitcoin speculation." As expected, Twitter users went all out on memes to show just how funny the situation is. One user thought it would be funny to show this Photoshop picture of the stockbroker going all out with his gold. The thoroughly adorned Peter Schiff has on a gold shirt, several gold necklaces, including one with a Bitcoin pendant, several gold rings, a gold wristwatch, and some gigantic gold bracelets. Another user preferred this picture of Peter Schiff's poor dad, rich son, with the words, "Celebrating 20 years of Bitcoin as the best investment of all time," and "How Bitcoin maximalism made my son a billionaire, and how gold made my account go belly up." The meme is poking fun at how Peter Schiff is so anti-Bitcoin while his son Spencer Schiff solidly supports the flagship cryptocurrency. The two have always been at loggerheads when it comes to Bitcoin and gold. In fact, Spencer Schiff is always one of the first to rebut his father's anti-Bitcoin tweets. A third meme shows Michael Saylor and futures exchange-traded funds rallying around Bitcoin, while Peter Schiff stands at a corner trying unsuccessfully to touch the asset. Peter Schiff is undoubtedly a great stockbroker, and hopefully, someday he will soon see the light and join the winning side. With the many wins that Bitcoin has had this year, that day may be closer than we think. We know for sure that Bitcoin is here to stay and revolutionize the investment and finance sector in every part of the world. We can already see the signs, but there is certainly much more to come. As we always say at Savvy Finances, it is going to be a fun and wild ride. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride to a decentralized paradise, where governments and central banks do not drive the rest of us into their own mess.
Today's episode is sponsored by iTrust Capital, the #1 crypto IRA platform in America. We allow you to invest in your favorite cryptocurrencies without worrying about taxes. That's right. iTrust Capital allows you to buy and sell your favorite cryptocurrencies completely tax-free. That means if you invest $10,000 into Cardano and it grows to $100,000, all of your profits are tax-free. Why is it tax-free? We took the existing retirement account industry and flipped it on its head. Instead of boring stocks and bonds, you can invest in crypto. How is it secured? Through Coinbase Custody, one of the leading cold storage providers with a $320 million insurance policy to protect against theft, hacks, and loss of funds. Roll over your existing retirement account, or even start a new one from scratch. Questions? Schedule a free call with one of our crypto retirement account specialists, and they can help you discuss your options. Start your crypto IRA today and retire early, only at iTrust Capital. Click the link in the description to open a free account now.
What do you think is the reason behind Peter Schiff's stance against Bitcoin? How exactly will you convince him of Bitcoin's supremacy if you could? Please drop your comments in the comment section below, and remember to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.